Well, welcome back to another episode of Whitney's World Podcast. I am your host, Whitney Morgan Ward, and I am so thankful from the bottom of my heart, wherever you are tuning in on this planet. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful to have you, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. So, I am now on my 44th episode of Whitney's World Podcast. Guys, you guys have no idea what it means to be here, to be sitting here right now and just having the opportunity to express my life with you guys, my journey, what I'm going through and growing through. So, if you've been a follower, thank you guys so much. I feel you. I hear you. I know that you are with me. So, thank you very much. I actually hit record and I'm not 100% set up yet with my notes, but I'm good now. So, I want you guys to know that I'm officially on YouTube. So if you're not watching on YouTube, please take a moment, head over to YouTube at Whitney's World Podcast and watch me and listen to me at the same time. I am having my little brother, Josh Ward, edit the podcast. He's doing the audio. I am now editing all the video. So it's been amazing. I've learned so much. It has been really expanding my knowledge and making me just more and more confident as a YouTuber. So if you're thinking about having a YouTube channel, definitely do it. It's worth it. It is fun. It's exciting. And to see the growth is something that you just can't take away. No one can take that away because you are growing and putting out something beautiful into the world. That is your creative process. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, please leave me a review. I read them. They touch me deeply, and I am so thankful for anyone that takes time to comment or leave a review. So also, before we get into the show, I want to give a shout out. If you can see on YouTube, I am wearing this beautiful pink infused lip gloss by Rosie Baked Treats. So if you could see that, yes, look at that. This is beautiful. Rosie is a friend of Josh and my little sister, Tori. She lives in Colorado and she makes infused health, beauty, and sweet treats. So this is the tip. I love it, and I wear it all the time. So I wanted to give a shout out to Rosie. This lip gloss is, as you can tell, beautiful. It smells amazing. I love how it feels. It's very velvety and not sticky. I'm not a sticky lip gloss girl. I know you're out there, but I like more velvet. And that's what this is. So I love the color. And like when the kind of gloss wipes off, the color's still there. So you guys check her out at Rosie Baked Treats on Instagram and TikTok. Let her know I sent you and go support your girl. She's a entrepreneur and you're going to love her stuff. I promise. So that's my plug for the week. Thanks, Rosie. And okay, let's get into the show. So this is episode 44. And I want to just chat with you guys about how important it is to have people in your life that are there to support you on your path of where you want to go and where you want to be. There have been many times in my life where I've surrounded myself with different types of people, and you become like those you surround yourself with. So if you are trying to grow a business, get to a new place, grow your spirituality, you need to be surrounded by people like that. It is very hard to move into a new life, new lifestyle without changing your friends, changing the people around you. I know that this sounds simple, but it is not. And there have been many times in my life where I have had to move on from people. And I felt very guilty at times. And it is very hard to do sometimes, but it is necessary. We cannot change and we cannot grow and evolve if we stay the same and around the same people. So, if you listen to my podcast, I know that you are on the track to a better life, to grow, to expand, to find something better for yourself so you can embody the person that you are meant to be. And I know that you probably have some decisions to make when it comes to people in your life. And just know that it can be hard to make the decision, but it is extremely necessary for you and for your path. It is extremely necessary that you really listen to your intuition, really listen to your heart when it comes to these things, and that you trust yourself and you trust the path that you want to go down. Because if you don't and you feel bad, those people are going to hold you back. And that life that you're trying to expand from, to transcend from, you cannot get to your new next level with having one foot in the old world and one foot in your new manifested world that you're trying to manifest. So obviously there are people that can stay in your life forever, but it's probably not many. You know, people come into our lives for a reason, for a season, and a lot of people come to teach you something, or you come to teach them something. But the ebbs and flows of relationships, the ebbs and flows of friendships are normal and natural. And just like anything in life, you're going to have the ups and downs. And it's the same with friendships. So if you are struggling with trying to make these decisions, just do it. It's going to be okay. And I promise that when you let go of the old, it's making room for the new. So if you don't have room in your life and you're trying to manifest new friends, new friendships, new relationships, but you're not letting go and moving on from old paradigms, you're not making room, and you don't have room, because we don't have room for too many people, to be honest. And it's, again, just a reminder that it's going to be okay. And when you feel like you're being called to move on, then you're letting in room for what's to come and for the new relationships. So keep that in mind. What brought this up is last week I had one of my very close friends over, and I pulled out a notepad. This is legit. And I was like, I need you to help me look back on some things in my life. And I need you to help me grow and remind me of where I've come from. Because our friendships should be ones that lift us up, that don't judge us, that will help us, and that they can help us move forward in life. And it's really important to have people in your life, especially when you're on a journey of growing and expanding and changing, that you can come to these people, because sometimes we forget. We forget how far we've come. We forget the person we used to be and this new version of ourselves. And we do need to be able to lean on people and say, hey, just remind me. Just give me a reminder. Like, how have you seen me grow? How have you seen me change? How have you seen me evolve? And it's crazy that we've learned and we've kind of been raised to like not ask these questions because they can like feed your ego and like, but that's the old gross version of us. This new version is to help us and to get us on a path of least resistance. And your friends in your life should be those people that should be able to come to you and say, hey, like, I'm in this weird funk. Can you help me get out? Can you help me? Can you give me some words of encouragement? And those are the friends that we want. And those are the friends that we need. And we also need to be those friends. And it's not to boost people's egos and any of that. It's purely loving people genuinely and reminding them you've come so far, you've done so much work, and these are the things I've noticed, and I'm proud of you. And that can also strengthen your friendship so much. That can literally make your bond and your friendship closer. And then you can reciprocate that. You can literally, if they say something to you, you can do the same for them. And that's going to help your confidence as a person. That's going to help your friendship. And that is going to make it easier to also accept the good parts, because there's been times where someone's probably given you a compliment and you're like, oh, I hate this outfit. I know you said you love it and I look great, but I don't. And I feel like a fat flob. And I just feel like this outfit I got 3 years ago. Like, no, we need to get better at accepting the good parts and actually hearing those good parts of us and appreciating when someone says something nice and really taking it to heart and really sitting with it, because we've been so beat down by life. We need to be built up. We need people in our lives to build us up, to surround us, to love us, to encourage us. And again, you can do the same for them. And it means so much. I mean, when you are feeling your best and you feel like you look your best and you have the biggest smile on your face and someone compliments you, what does that do? It makes you feel so good inside. It makes you feel so happy. It gives you this boost of energy. It gives you this boost of confidence. And that is so good and healthy. And we need that. We need to be boosting people up more. We need to be telling people about the goodness in them and not just the bad, and not just ignoring the good parts and not lifting people up with our words. We need to be speaking goodness and grace into people's lives. And so I, again, was just sitting down with my friend and she was giving me just lots of pointers and tips and things that I couldn't really see. And it helped me so much because I was specifically asking her about how to, and her advice on how to bring out my story. And I have a story that led me here. And one day soon, it's going to be very soon, I'm going to talk about it. But the thing with my story is I want to tell it once and I want to move on and lay it down and just keep growing, because the things that happen to us in life, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, they are a part of our story. They help us become the version of who we are, even though sometimes they're really hard and we don't understand why things happen. They happen for a reason, and they're always leading us exactly where we're meant to go. And so I really needed her support in this time, and she really helped me and gave me some really good advice and confidence when it comes to when I talk about the story and when I talk about what happened and how this situation in my life brought me here and how it made me stronger and more confident and the woman that I am continuing to push towards every single day. And I just want to, first of all, express my gratitude for my friends and for all the people that love me and support me, and let you all know that you know who you are. And one day they will all be on my show, hopefully. And, we can have some real authentic conversations about womanhood, friendship, and supporting each other. And so I think it's really important to just really look at your life on a constant basis and figure out, where am I going and who do I need alongside of me? And sometimes we have to let those versions of ourselves go, but also those people. And again, it's okay and it's meant to happen. And you can always have faith that it's going to be okay. And yes, it hurts sometimes and it might hurt the other person. But again, it is making space for the new, it's making space for what's to come. And it's a beautiful part of your journey. And you don't want to hold on to things and relationships that you feel stuck to. Like, you should want the relationships. You should want these people in your life and not feel like you're just holding on. Because what happens when you hold on to something that's not meant for you anymore is it literally suffocates you and that person. It suffocates because you're holding on. And when you let go and when you just let life has a beautiful way of working itself out. So don't hold on to friendships and people that you need to let go of, because on the other side, there's so much beauty and grace and joy for you and new opportunities and new relationships. And I was talking to one of my friends today, and she had said, we were talking about what I was going to record, and she just said, I think that's so important to talk about because we help each other. And when I have my lows, you always bring me up. And when you have your lows, I bring you up. And it's this beautiful exchange, and it's this beautiful partnership in life, and a beautiful relationship in life. And if you don't have people in your life that you feel like you can lean on and call to help you remind yourself of who you are when sometimes you forget, just start looking and asking the universe to bring them to you, and start to put yourself in new positions. Start sitting down at new coffee shops. Start going to church if that's your thing. Start going to yoga, the gym, take out your headphones. Like, if you really need some new relationships in your life and some new friendships, start putting yourself in places where you haven't been before so that you can let those new opportunities come to you. And if you're not trying new things and you're not putting yourself in new positions for those opportunities to come, they cannot come. You have to be out in the world and let the universe bring you what you need. You can't just sit inside and think it's going to happen. It's not. It's absolutely not. You have to put yourself in positions to go find those people that can help support you along your path, because that's the thing, is we want to support each other. We want people in our lives that we can ebb and flow with. I help you, you help me. You lift me up, I lift you up. That is what this journey is meant to be. We should be in communion and in communication and in good spirits with people. And we should be lifting people up, because I'm telling you, you are going to do for them what they will do for you. Always. That's what this whole thing is about. It's meant to be that for you, that support, that love, that character in your life. You need it. When you have people in your life that are like-minded, you often understand each other's perspectives, values, and goals. And so when you can come to a place in friendship and you can support each other and have a supportive environment where you feel understood, you feel validated, and it also gives you a level of confidence. So focus on being around people that are like-minded because they will lift you up. And it will also motivate you and inspire you. And you can be inspired by your friends. And I've been in places in my life where I haven't been inspired. If anything, I was uninspired and I was making decisions and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing because I wasn't around people that were making the best decisions. Therefore, I wasn't making the best decisions. And my parents used to tell me growing up my whole life, like, you become like those you hang around and you need to be really careful. And it is so true. And the older you get, the more you learn, like, your parents know best for the most part. And it is so true. It's very important to guard yourself and to be on guard and to be really careful with the people that you let in. And that's something that I used to not do. I used to kind of just let everyone in my circle. I would let kind of anyone be in my circle. And I really wasn't careful and I wasn't wise with those decisions. And a lot of times it got me in trouble and it put me in positions that I didn't need to be in. But now I'm really cautious. I'm really careful. I want to really know who people are and what they are and what they believe and what they think about and the person they are and the way they behave and act. And it is very important to just be cognizant of that and to really guard yourself and to really understand that it's just so important to be the version of yourself that you want to be. You have to surround yourself with the best people. And when you do, it also gives you this level of collaboration and growth within your own journey, within their journey. You, again, have similar interests and goals, and you can help each other. You can collaborate more effectively. You can be better creators in the world, and you can enjoy this life more because you are able to really see on a similar level what you want and where you want to go. Also, when you have people in your life that are like-minded, it reduces the level of conflict. You really shouldn't have much conflict because you're similar, you're like-minded. You like the same things, you don't like the same things. So therefore there's not much conflict because you're basically on the same path. And I feel like there's been times in my life where I had a lot of conflict because in my heart, I was different than the person I was really being. And so it just caused me a lot of conflict and a lot of pain because I really wasn't surrounding myself with like-minded people. And it caused me a lot of turmoil. It caused me a lot of stress and anxiety. And it's truly not worth it. So now we're going to talk about a couple ways of how to, if you need to change your relationships with people and cut off some relationships, some things that have really helped me and have been able to assist me on reflecting on my relationship. So one thing you can do is reflect on your feelings. Take some time. You can journal through this. You can write down some ways you feel, but really take time to reflect on why you feel the relationship isn't meant for you anymore. Consider whether it's due to your differences in values. That's been a big thing for me. I've had relationships where my values ended up changing, and I really needed to pivot my friendships and relationships. And in my values changing, it made my compatibility with these people not the same anymore. And just really reflect, why are you feeling this way? And then communicate openly with this person, especially if it's someone that you're really close with, but just have an honest and respectful conversation with them and let them know, like, I'm trying to get to here and I feel this way, and these are the changes I need to make. You have the right to express your feelings. Just make sure that you're doing it as loving as possible and be really sensitive, and don't like blame them or criticize them. Just instead focus on the way you feel and what you feel you need to change for yourself. Because really, at the end of the day, this whole relationship thing is about how you feel. And I mean, I've had people cut me out. And yeah, it hurts and it sucks. But again, you cannot get away from this. It is part of our human journey. Relationships are meant for a reason in a season sometimes. So it's okay. And again, when you guys let go and you can let go, you're opening new space for new people in your life and new opportunities. Set boundaries. It's really important to set boundaries in relationships, especially if it's toxic or harmful, or again, you're trying to grow and get to this new point. You might need to protect yourself. You might need to set some boundaries. Maybe not be hanging out as much, maybe not go to the same places. Maybe you need to just cut off communication or limiting your communication with these people, and that's okay. And then also remember, it's okay to give yourself permission. Like, give yourself permission to do what you need to do to move through this life. Don't be hard on yourself, and understand that when you are prioritizing your well-being, you have to allow these things to happen for your own happiness. And you don't need to justify anything to anyone. You literally don't. You just need to know where you're going and make changes to get there on your journey, because it is about you. And at the end of the day, it would be about that other person too. And then seek support. Reach out to some other friends, not in a gossiping way. Someone I always talk to is my mom. I talk to my mom a lot about a lot of things. I ask her for her advice. If you have a therapist, like, talk to someone, let them know, this is how I'm feeling. These are the things that I'm going through in my relationships, and what's your advice? Sometimes just talking to someone and asking for advice can, one, help you, but two, it can change your perspective so much, and it can show you a different view and perspective of how to make these changes in a healthy way. And then just letting go. Again, when you hold on to something, you're suffocating it. So when you need to make these changes, just let go. It's going to be okay. It's meant to happen. You are on the right path. And just focus on letting go and making room for what's new in your life, what's going to happen for you on the other side, and focus on moving forward and investing in new relationships that bring you positivity, that bring you joy, happiness, and peace. That's another thing I've really found since I've moved to Florida is my relationships are so peaceful now. I used to have a lot of hectic, I feel like chaotic, dramatic relationships, and now I feel like my relationships are a lot more peaceful. I I don't have like anxiety with my friends anymore. Like, are they mad at me? Like, what's going on? Why haven't I talked to them? Like, my life is just completely different. And my relationships are so much more peaceful. And I'm so thankful. But on top of it, like, I've done a lot of inner work, I've done a lot of healing on myself. And so your inner world is a reflection of your outer world. So I feel like now my friendships are so much healthier and better because I'm so much healthier and better. And that's what it comes down to, is looking at yourself and realizing, like, what changes can I make to make sure that I have the best relationships in my life. And I also spent a lot of time alone. It forced me to do that when I moved here. I had to be alone. I had to do the inner work because I had to become a different version of myself. And it's crazy that with that inner work, God has blessed me with such beautiful human beings that bring me peace and love and joy. And I know I do the same for them. And if we do have a little conversation we need to have, we can talk about it and we can come from a loving place, and it's okay. And it's just so different now. Like, my relationships are so different. But again, it's because my inner world is so much better and so much healthier than it used to be. And I just think that's such a testament to, you become like those you hang around. And now the people I hang around are healthier, and it's making me healthier. And that's really what I wanted to share today. I really just wanted to share that no matter where you're at in your journey, you're probably going to face a time soon or down the line where you're going to have to reevaluate your friendships, your life, and what's going on in the people that are in your space. And I just want to encourage you that it's going to be okay. And if you are facing these times right now in your life where you're really needing to end relationships, maybe it's not even just friendships, maybe it's a relationship that you're romantically in, but you're feeling this pull, you're feeling this pull on your inner being that, like, you need to move on. Just really evaluate it, write why you're feeling that, write the pros and cons, be conscious with it, really feel into your feelings. Your feelings are meant to help you and guide you. So write that. But if you are at a place where you're really feeling the pressure of like changing your friends, and you want to evolve and you want to get to a better place, like, it's good and it means you're growing. And just remember too that not all friendships want the best for you, and not all people can watch you change and support that change. So you are probably going to have to end relationships and move on. And maybe down the line, you'll be friends with those people again. But for you to get where you need to go, you might need to reflect back and end some of those relationships now, maybe forever. But it is going to be okay. And just remember deep inside that if you are at a place where you are having to shift your relationships, you're only making room for new relationships to come into your life and new opportunities. So it is going to be okay. And that's really what I wanted to share today. I have just been feeling this on my heart. This is just something that I have been doing in my own life, and I'm really thankful for all my new relationships and my new life. So everything's good, guys. Your life is a beautiful journey. It is a beautiful expansion. It is a beautiful season that you're in. We're also going into summer, and the winter is ending. We're so thankful for that. So happy for that. So just remember always to surround yourself with the best people possible to get where you need to go. And they will help you and support you, and they will love you along the way. And if you get lost, they will be there to pick you up and remind you of who you are. I love you guys very much. I hope you have an amazing week. If we are not connected, please connect with me on social media, Whitney's World _222. I love you guys very much. I hope you have a great week. DM me. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, how you've dealt with changing up your relationships, how you've had to shift and pivot relationships in your life, and what it's done on the other side. So I would love to hear from you guys. I love you guys very much. And as always, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go.